Most reviews of the Flip focus on vlogging and close-distance autonomous tracking. However, this versatile drone can also be an affordable alternative to the Mini 4 Pro for photography and videography. I have already analyzed the outstanding photo quality. You will find a link to my video at the end of this one. Here I will concentrate on video features and footage quality. The Flip has a 1/1.3 inch sensor with a field of view equal to 24 mm and a wide aperture of f1.7. The camera specs are the same as those of its two main contenders, the Mini 3 proposed at a similar price and the more expensive Mini 4 Pro. When I compare the Mini 4 Pro to the Mini 3, I notice increased detail and richer colors in the flagship model, due to a new image processor and various improvements in the algorithm. The Flip's footage specs are similar to those of the Mini 4 Pro, but different from the Mini 3. Therefore, I assume that the Flip processing algorithm should be similar to the one of the more expensive model. Both models have a frame rate of 60 frames per second at a resolution of 4K, with a slow motion mode at 100 frames per second for super slow-mo, while the Mini 3 is limited to 30 frames per second. They have a maximum bitrate of 150 Mbps versus 100 for the Mini 3. Their highest ISO value is 6400 versus 3200. The Flip can fly autonomously or with a smartphone or tablet, but the remote controller is needed to get all the features available for videography. There are a few limitations compared to Mini 4 Pro to justify the big price difference. The Flip doesn't have an omnidirectional obstacle avoidance system. There is only an infrared sensor to detect obstacles in front of the aircraft, so extra care is needed when shooting footage. Due to the bulky propeller guards, the Flip is less aerodynamic than the Mini 4 Pro and Mini 3. This translates into a lower horizontal speed, rated at 12 meters per second versus 16, while ascent and descent speeds are the same. This is limiting when tracking fast-moving targets. For landscape videography, I often switch to sport mode with good results. However, in frontal medium winds, the advancing speed is limited, and I get better results lowering the altitude. On my first flight with the Flip, I noticed occasional drifting in medium winds at a high altitude. After a firmware update, it looks more stable. Overall, the wind resistance is slightly inferior to the other two models. The announced flight autonomy is 31 minutes, a more than acceptable value, although shorter than the 34 minutes of the Mini 4 Pro and the 38 of the Mini 3. I only find it limiting when shooting hyperlapses, as the resulting movies will be slightly shorter. The transmission system is OcuSync 4, the same as the Mini 4 Pro. In my test, the Flip performs even better. This area has strong interferences due to several telecommunication aerials. There are also some buildings and trees between the controller and the aircraft. I never managed to fly this far with any other DJI prosumer drone. Signal transmission is the major weak point of the Mini 3, at least for users based in Europe. The Flip offers the same intelligent flight modes as the Mini 4 Pro, with the exception of Waypoint, a powerful mode reserved for the flagship model. The Active Track mode is a simplified version, not as powerful as the one on the Mini 4 Pro. Unlike the Mini 4 Pro and Mini 3, the camera of the Flip cannot rotate to take footage in portrait mode. However, vertical content can be automatically created by cropping the image to a resolution of 2.7K, which is acceptable for posting on social media. The Flip has two color modes. Let's start with normal, the one that can be used right out of the camera. I will analyze the 10-bit D-Log mode later on in this video. Normal mode delivers HDR footage up to 60 frames per second in 4K, like the Mini 4 Pro. In easy light condition, the quality of the footage is outstanding, with sensational detail and very rich color, even without any editing. A big step up compared to the Mini 3. We are in the same league as the Mini 4 Pro, although the Flip has a touch of extra detail. Speaking of details, some reviewers state that the footage of the Flip is a bit over-sharpened. So let's turn the camera down for top-down views to take the sky out of the equation and focus on detail and color rendition. In the camera tab of the settings, there is a style option to modify the sharpness and noise reduction values applied to the footage. We can see the result obtained with different sharpness value in this scene containing fine vegetation and architectural features. Let's watch some high dynamic range scenes. It was an overcast afternoon with strong light reflections in the heavy clouds. In this case, some editing is suggested to lift the shadows while avoiding burning the highlights. The resulting footage is well balanced, however, in these conditions D-Log-M yields better results. The latest DJI lightweight models have a very wide lens aperture, delivering good results in low light. The Flip does not disappoint. The low light performance is stunning, and I did not need to drastically increase the ISO value. It is hard to believe that the footage was taken well after sunset. The Flip is not supplied with the night mode present in the Mini 4 Pro, but it is not needed at all. D-Log-M is a 10-bit color mode that can display over 1 billion colors versus 16 million for the normal 8-bit mode. It is a flat profile to preserve the information in the shadows without burning the highlight. A good dose of post-processing is needed. DJI is already supplying a specific LUT for the Flip, which is an excellent starting point for color grading. You will find a link in the description of this video. For users who edit their footage, D-Log-M has two main advantages over normal mode. The quality of footage taken in the sun's direction is slightly better. But even more importantly, this color profile responds extremely well to color grading and makes it possible to adapt the footage to different moods or specific projects. The presence of this second color profile is another argument in favor of the Flip over the Mini 3 for users interested in videography. For users interested in an affordable drone for videography, the Flip has a lot to offer compared to the Mini 3, if they don't live in an area with strong winds. It delivers better footage, offers D-Log, hyperlapse mode, the three intelligent modes of focus track, and super slow motion, has a much stronger signal transmission, at least in Europe. It is safer to use indoors, in confined space, and around people, due to the propeller guards. It is also a cheaper alternative to consider compared to the mighty Mini 4 Pro. One weak point to mention is the noise level, higher than the two models mentioned above, although much lower than the Neo. Click on this link to watch my video about photo quality and features of the Flip. And don't forget to hit the like button if you find this video interesting. Thank you.